Oh God, that's a live feed for you. That's a live feed for you. Yeah, I don't think that mic was working last week, but you know, you do what you can do in life.
Life is a box of chocolates.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay, now we're good.
Okay, now we're good.
We're checking conditions.
Checking conditions. Oh, I look nice today. I look nice.
We're put together. All right, let's do this.
All right, I'm starting. Yeah, this is the Monday M.A.S.S. This is the world's greatest action sports podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Cote. Todd Richards is right next to me, and Todd and I are both a little bit tired.
That's right.
But we have a glow because we just spent 2.5 glorious days at Surf Ranch. Thank you to our friends
you
at
didn't wear your hat.
My Allgire hat.
Or your Surf
My
Ranch
Surf
hat.
Ranch hat. Neither did you.
So
we're going to talk about it in surf news, right?
Or just the whole podcast.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically the biggest news in surf that Todd and I were invited to Surf Ranch by a general contracting company called Allgire. Grant Allgire, the owner, super rad. Brandon Lillard was part of getting us invited. We were basically there as comic relief, surf inspiration,
Olive branch.
court jesters. It was insane. So let's just do the ad block. It's September something.
It's not. It's September 29th.
Yeah, we got back late last night.
No, September 30th is today.
Jeez. Yeah, we got back late last night, and I actually have to go host the Surf Park Summit in about an hour.
How coincidental! You'll have like first-hand information.
I'm a surf park guy, you know, a wave pool guy. We're a wave pool enthusiast.
Now, will you go there and when open up your hosting and be like, you know, I know a thing or two about wave pools.
You know, not everybody gets to surf Palm Springs Surf Club and Surf Ranch in the same 2 weeks. But somebody's got to do it.
All right.
Might as well be me. Here we go. The Monday M.A.S.S is presented by Sunbum at Sunbum. Todd and I both use Sunbum because Sunbum is the official skincare, sunblock, shampoo, soap, all the Airstreams, all the cabins, all the showers and bathrooms up at Surf Ranch are stacked and stocked with Sunbum gear, just how we like it. So thank you to Sunbum for keeping us non-sunburnt and smelling fresh and clean. Spy Optic at Spy Optic. I've got them on right here. We do have a code, Monday M.A.S.S, and if you use that code, you get a nice discount. Look like
it's goggle season. You guys need to get your goggles, your snow goggles. We got a lot of new styles.
Get your damn goggles.
Get your goggles.
Get your goggles on. We got Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce at Try Bachan's right there. It's the best. It's not just the best Japanese barbecue sauce. It's the best barbecue sauce in the world. Dippers, all that fun stuff. Panic and Coffee and Tea at Panic and Coffee and Tea. I got some right here.
I'm going right after
this. You need it, huh? We're doing this podcast a little bit earlier than normal, so
you can tell Chris is speaking really loud. Quickly.
I'm jacked on. Couple more. Bubs Naturals at Bubs Naturals. My joints don't ache. They should, but they don't because I take Bubs Naturals collagen on the daily. You know, and also my skin, hair, teeth, and nails look great.
I'm gonna, since I don't have coffee, I'm gonna snap into a Machu Picchu. This one is the yerba mate.
Oh, sweet.
So I need to give myself a little jack up right here.
Yeah, jack it on. And the rest of them we'll get to in the mid-show ad block. Let's talk about Surf Ranch. So Todd and I were invited, like we said at the top of the show, by our friend Brandon Lillard, who works with a company called Allgire General Contractors. They build low-income housing, big units, and, you know, we got invited on this trip, and basically anytime anyone invites you, I mean, Satan could invite you to Surf Ranch, and you'd say yes. But luckily, we were invited by a group of amazing people.
As a first-timer, you've been to Surf Ranch?
I've been there, yeah.
I'm going to give you my first-timer experience of going there.
Okay.
There's a lot of anxiety when you start reading and talking to people and knowing that there literally is a cost breakdown of seconds on the wave. You can quantify that per wave. It has a dollar amount. So there's a ton of anxiety.
Like you're going to waste your opportunity.
Right. And just because there's no, like the learning curve is like, here we go. Like you're just thrown into it.
There's no warm up.
There is no warm up. It's incredible. The takeoff is not as, because a lot of people told me that it's the takeoff. Don't screw up the takeoff.
Right.
The takeoff isn't the challenge. I feel like the takeoff is one of the easier parts of the wave.
Yeah.
The most difficult.
It's easy to catch.
It's
too.
easy to catch. The most difficult thing for me to wrap my brain around is you can't go top to bottom on this wave really, and to me it's I get the wave travels at 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's like a giant boat wake, and you just have to keep driving to stay in the sweet spot. But everything in your being says go top to bottom and mangle the lip.
Well,
but they're kind of like
Gabriel Medina,
right? You can, but that
can.
look, that's just like anything else in the world. There's
Yeah.
there's a 1% that can do incredible things. We are the rest.
What did you think of? What I want to know your first because I told you like watch when you just first see the basin. What was that feeling like when the gates opened and you got to walk over and look at it for the first time? What did like?
It's way longer than I thought.
That's what she said.
True, but from top of the pool to the I guess
It's
the
massive.
south end to the north end of the pool, it's huge. Is I think it's like a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, well, you get 45-second rides, and for me, was that your review? Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
a good review.
that's pretty
That was
good.
a job.
I have there's a more. I did a breakdown of the things that I wish I knew before I went. Hypothesis on my Instagram. So if
Todd.
you'd like to get some more information, you can go there.
Hypothesis. That's your vlog.
I don't like calling them vlogs.
He's an anti-vlog guy.
Anti-vlogger.
Well, this was probably, I don't know, my sixth or something time to Surf Ranch, but only one time before was actually like a guest with Sessions, is on a media day. The rest of the times I went there working events, and you maybe get one wave during those events. So you want to talk about like pressure and anxiety. This was the first time that I was really truly just there as a guest, and the experience it's like going to Tavarua. It's like going to a high end yet not stuffy surf resort, right? Everything is super casual. Everyone is so nice at the pool. In the people making coffee, the food is amazing. It's like everything is top level for your enjoyment. And there is like I don't know if it's called like Surf Ranch guilt, but when you're sitting out in the water and you're just going like, how did I get in this situation?
Yeah,
waiting for
good.
this CT1 to come through. And if you do everything right, you could potentially ride away for 45 seconds, get 2 barrels, do about 8 turns, maybe do an air. It's a fantasy land.
Do you feel like, it's like
unreal.
It's like going to Diddy's, but like less greasy.
It's same like moistness though. A lot of towels.
When you were riding the wave, do you feel like that? Were you surfing like 100%? I felt like I was like 70% because I didn't want to fall.
Yeah, I feel it's almost a different type of surfing, right? Because you want to feel you're going so fast. You almost have to tell yourself. And I told myself.
And
this
I don't
multiple
go like
times.
you don't usually go that
No.
fast at home on a wave.
Well, and also it's like I try to air wave, and you're like thinking about turns, but really it's like the turns you're doing it's different than turns you'd be doing in the ocean. Maybe I still think restaurants is the closest wave to Surf Ranch. But just the fact that you're going that fast, and we were surfing with a lot of different people, a lot of different skill levels. And so it was pretty amazing to watch people that, if you saw them out in the ocean, they probably would have trouble getting out there, catching the wave and doing the whole thing. But at Surf Ranch, as long as you can stand up, you're getting the ride of your life. Mm-hmm. And we saw it multiple times, people just standing up and like going down the line, just smiling, like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable experience. Allgire, General Contractors, thank you. Lillard, Scott, the whole crew, Grant. We were there with like employees and clients of the company, and so I think Todd and I were both kind of like, what we'll just like, what do you want us to do?
Yeah.
We'll do whatever.
But it was cool
Yeah.
because you get to mix and be, you're in, once the gates close, you're inside this thing and you get to interact with people that you normally wouldn't in your everyday. It's just a great.
Met a lot of awesome people.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I had some trepidation because I was thinking, oh man, wait, like we're going with a bunch of like contractor guys. They're not going to want us there taking waves. But it was the exact opposite of all my expectations. Everybody was just awesome, and I can't say enough. So Todd and I basically have been living the wave pool dream.
We lived at Surf Ranch for 2.5 days.
Yeah, we surfed Palm Springs Surfing Club 2 weeks ago, and then just spent 2.5 days at Surf Ranch. We're spoiled. Trust us, we're grateful. There's a lot of gratitude right here, and we still smell like chlorine. Mm-hmm. So that's basically, make friends with people, and maybe they'll take you to Surf Ranch.
Totally.
It's kind of ridiculous.
So
wait,
ridiculous.
You rode all 3 of the boards you brought, right?
No, I only rode 2. I rode like my board, my everyday board that I ride here. I brought a backup of that board. I rode a smaller fish yesterday.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like the smaller fish had enough bite.
You were going too fast.
I was going too fast. Yeah.
I rode Gremlin Quad Dark Arts Pizel, the one that I always ride. Cut one session, a 5.7 Pisalian 2 Dark Arts Quad, which was I think the perfect board for that. I rode a 5.8 Power Tiger Poly Pizel, and that almost felt like I don't think you need that much board. I mean, that's almost a step up for me.
You need grit though,
because you just need something little to.
You need a little, but I was riding a 2+1, and I think I wish that I had set it up as a thruster.
Yeah. So that was a fantasy land. Now we're back to reality. It's flat, it's cold, and we're trying to plan our next surf park adventure already. Speaking of surf, we've had a huge hurricane occurrence happen. The East Coast hurricane Helene. Here's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Alabama going off. We saw clips of Ross DeRobb, Sterling Spencer, a bunch of people getting barreled in Alabama, which is incredible. Florida had sick waves. So there was the good part, the waves. The bad part is just starting to unfold, and I'm sure you're seeing it all over the news. 115 people dead.
It's insane.
Which is like...
And it was all like...
pretty shocking.
It seemed like it happened so quickly, too. Like
right?
The hurricane popped up, and then next thing you know, it was like an unprecedented storm surge in a lot of the low-lying areas. And like, let's face it, Florida doesn't have a lot of high ground. Well,
North Carolina and South Carolina got the worst of it. Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, even Virginia. And again, this is now the time where you're going to start to see, hopefully, governments get involved. I know that like the National Guard, it's a big deal, and maybe I just haven't been paying attention enough, but I've just been seeing little snippets like, hey, this big storm's coming. But this thing just came crazy. Yeah. So, all of you guys affected, and of course the friends and family of all that 115 people.
It's something crazy that I saw on my social media this weekend. Axel Hodges, spy team rider. So he posted this thing on his Instagram of his uncle, his Tesla lit on fire in his garage.
Because the garage flooded.
Because apparently lithium batteries and salt water do not like to hang out together.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's not just the flood devastation, it's what
no power,
and what that water does to e-cars.
Well, that's what they say, right? It's like the wind is horrible, the water is the worst, the flooding, and that's where the mess. Mm-hmm. And with no power and no information, I just know there's a lot of people struggling. Yeah. So hopefully things turn up. If we find any ways, if we have any, I was watching Savage, skimboarder homie from over there who's pretty involved right now, like on the ground. I watched his Instagram, and basically he's just giving us like live updates as to what's happening, and it's gnarly. So our thoughts are with everybody over there. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Virginia, all hit hard. So that's a rough one.
And it's not over.
And it's not over.
It's the hurricane season. There's another storm.
It just started.
Well, kind of, but we're sunsetting, hurricane season kind of.
Wow, radical.
But yeah.
All right. Well, there's bright news though in the surf world. Sawyer, Lindblad, and Crosby Colapinto, your 2024 Rookies of the Year. Both of them finished the highest ranked in their rookie class. So that's the analytic, right? They both finished the highest of any other rookies. So that's hence the reason they won. But I think they both won. They both deserved it. They both earned it. I know that Cole was the other surfer in contention, Cole Hausman, but Cross just.
It's got to be pretty cool for,
How cool is Rookie of the Year? That's
I know, Rookie of the Year, and then your brother is like, had a really good shot at the world title. Like, it's pretty cool to have be that, family invested in that.
There's a new F1 car driver his last name is Colapinto.
I don't know if
it doesn't seem like a very common name.
Maybe they're related.
Maybe. You may have seen people longboarding. Todd and I really know a lot about wave pools, obviously. That's all we surf.
We're wave tools.
But we were not at the Abu Dhabi Longboard Classic in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. But you know who was? Stevie Sawyer and Elise Lemoyne. And they won the inaugural Abu Dhabi Longboard Classic. Stevie Sawyer is such a rad character, musician, just traveler. He's a South African cat, and he's just like this positive force. And Elise Lemoyne, she is a just awesome French surfer, big smile, and the event. I watched some of the clips and stuff, and I think whatever they had it at a setting that was kind of like mid tempo to give the longboarders a shot.
But didn't they start it? Didn't they have it on?
They had some practices,
CT3 or something like that.
They had some practices where people were getting barreled on their logs, and I'm kind of like either or. I know that Joel Tudor just sent a big message out about wanting them to have put it on the pro.
Well, it seemed like no one was really having a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were trying to maybe tailor the wave to the judging criteria, because you don't really see barrels rewarded necessarily in log events. But
pretty sick.
It's like if people aren't talking about it, if there's no critique, then there's something wrong. So the fact that there is some critique, but there's also celebration. To me, I think it's time Todd and I go to United Arab Emirates and surf the Abu Dhabi wave pool. Since we're wave pool experts, Jean Duru, Marc Lacomere won the Quiksilver Surf Festival, Todd. This was a epic event. This is an event that gave me a little bit of FOMO.
Yeah, it's kind of replaced what the Quiksilver Pro was on the tour, since they've kind of moved on to different venues, but
they're giving the fans what they want. Yeah, right? Huge crowd on the
festival. Beach. It's insane. The contest format was great. It looked like everyone was having a great time. If you want to check it out, there's Baguette TV that's over on Quiksilver's Instagram.
And
it's just a couple of
Slab and Huey Vaughn. That's our spirit animals.
Yeah,
those two guys.
Kids it's so funny. It's exactly what it needs.
You can be Lungi. I mean, I'll be Lungi if you want, but I'll also be Huey if you want to trade lives, because they look like they're having a lot of fun. Kelly Slater, Jeremy Flores were on a team. They were in the lead going into the final day. Clay Marzo and Bobby Martinez are on a team. How sick is that? But at the end of it, it was Jean Duru and Marc Lacomere who got the win. Kai Lenny, Maud Lecard, Jackson Dorian, all were ripping. Cale Walsh, Noah Bachan did the best air. It's just overall a super rad event, and the wrap-up is just as fun, I'm sure, as the actual event itself. The videos have been really cool.
Yeah.
And that's what I have for surf news.
It's pretty good surf news.
Pretty damn good surf news.
All right. So this is a mid-show ad block. This is where we give you the rest of the sponsors that we didn't give you at the top of the show. We're going to start off with New Greens. Dilator, if you
want to.
I mean,
you should want to.
You should want a dilator.
Life is good. There's wave pools out there, folks. You need to live to surf.
Conquer all wave pools. New Greens, a scoop of this will help you to have your best
life.
I don't know.
I'm living my best life with New Greens. Slobber.xyz, at slobber.xyz on the gram. Got skate events coming up. The Downhill Invitational, Neon Fest in No Fuck. That's how you...
Yeah.
No, you say...
Not No Fucks.
No Fuck.
No Fuck.
Norfolk. No Fuck. This is kind of cool. The Virginia Amateur Skateboard...
There's got to be a t-shirt out there that says no forks given.
No, I used to spend a lot of time in Virginia at events. And I was talking to this old local guy over there. And I said, Norfolk. And he goes, "No, man, it's No Fuck." I said, really? He goes, we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't. No fun. No fun.
I like it.
The Amateur Skateboard League, the Virginia Amateur Skateboard League. That's pretty cool that there's a Virginia Amateur Skateboard League. They have a comp coming up on October 19th at Woodstock Skate Park, and the finals will be at the infamous Mount Trashmore, November 19th. Go to slubber.xyz for more. Pedal Electric, the best e-bikes in the business at Pedal Electric. Vessel Shipping at Vessel App. The best way to ship stuff and do it with smooth, nice, smooth, and easy. Ship it with Vessel Shipping. Mint Tours at Mint Tours. I'll tell you about Mint Tours and Snow News. DiecutStickers.com at DiecutStickers.com. Skate News brought to you by
Emerica.
Spy Optic and Emerica. Well, check it out. I want to thank our guy Don Brown for hooking this up right here. This is the brand new Braden Hoban shoes. The Hoban Emerica in all black with that white sole. Now, these are solid skate shoes. I just put them on. They're not
Did
nasty.
you get me a pair?
Don will get you a pair. He
Don,
said for you.
The G is silent. In
He
Don's
said
name.
for you to email him.
Really, I have to email Don
Yeah.
Brown.
So I'm excited. I haven't skated them yet. I literally just unboxed these today. There they are.
It's a good looking shoe.
That's a good ass looking shoe.
It's just normal.
It's a great shoe.
Normal looking shoe. I like it. I'm here for normal looking shoes.
And Braden Hoban's from Encinitas, California, where Monday M.A.S. HQ is. Francis Bean and Riley Hawk had a baby boy.
Didn't see that coming. Did you? Was that loud? Did I just blow your ears out?
No, I don't have headphones on.
Oh, okay.
The viewers, the listeners may. Ronan Walker Cobain Hawk. Set to be one of the coolest kids ever.
To the Lisan Al-Gaib.
I mean, what?
He's the heir to the Dune popcorn bucket.
Dude.
You know, the chosen one.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Bring balance to the Force.
Now,
Dumbledore.
what do you think? What's this baby gonna be like? A baby?
Like a
I'm happy
baby.
for them. That's super awesome. Riley Hawk he is one of the nicest dudes.
Truly.
And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for them. And that's going to be a rad kid. It's pretty undeniable.
So,
right?
I don't know if we told you guys, but we were on a trip to
We were at Surf Ranch.
So yesterday,
2.5 days.
like Chris and I were saying, we were kind of like the odd people out here. We were stuck out like a sore thumb. But I did end up like sitting down with these people, and there's a lot of city project planner, like they're in charge of like city projects, and I ended up speaking to a couple people just about, I guess there's a skate park in Ramona, California that they're trying to get like they're trying to make this development for a skate park in the city of Ramona, but there's a floodplain. There's just like all the logistics that go along.
Yeah.
And I literally suggested like a completely different, because they don't want to deal with flooded bowls, like a flooded skate park.
Yeah.
And I suggested to them, why not make something like basically like the track they have at Woodward. So it's like almost like a bike path, like a path.
Okay.
That along that path is pump bumps to get speed.
Yeah.
Corners, hips.
I love those
ledges,
kind of parks.
like just like an A to B skateboard park that you can just go around the park.
Because they don't want a big flat concrete thing.
No, because
with
the
bowls.
drainage. The drainage is a problem. So to give like a flowy skate park that you can keep going, and you can
like the one in Woodward, Pennsylvania.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
it's like it's basically like a hybrid pump track skate park, which I love. I love those. If you can have a hybrid pump track skate park plaza with a bowl,
like a flow course.
A flow
Yeah,
flow course.
I think it'd be really cool. Like if they
awesome.
could do that. I mean, it's just something different. Everyone has the same flat street course. I mean, they've all been like looking at Linda Vista, which is like it's the crown jewel in skateboard park design. Yeah. But at the same time, it's
Linda Vista has a pump kind of element.
They do. It is. You can go from point A to point B on it, but I think that the formula is the same.
It's fun. So we do have that pump track. We have a pump track down in Del Mar. So there's 2 pump tracks there, and then just like around the corner, there's just a little street plaza.
Yeah.
Quarter pipes, ledges,
Not
rails.
very good.
It's so fun. That park is so
To
fun.
my feel, I mean, pump tracks are cool and all, but
You need stuff to air off.
have I told? Yeah, I've told you my
You gotta
theory
air
on
off
pump
some
tracks.
stuff.
It's like the ultimate skateboard blue balling. Like you're getting all this speed, and you want to do something with it.
Well, you can jump the bumps.
Kind of, but not really.
Good enough.
Yeah, I guess.
If you know how to pump it.
Anyway, so I look forward to seeing if that happens.
Well, Poods Park, which is my local, one of my favorite parks in the world, just got wrecked in a good way. Cordano, you know Cordano, toy machine rider. This is something. This is on Transworld Skate.
What was the NBD?
Okay, so this is crazy. So it's basically it's called Grip It and Rip It or something. He grips his board and he starts skating, and he's just killing it. Blunt, back lip, like the craziest combos. But the NBD he does at the end of this video, and if anybody out there's ever been to Poods, there's like a bank on, let's say on the west side, there's a bank, and on top of the bank, there's a long, big ledge. And just on the other side of the ledge, you got the stairs and the rail. Well, the ledge, I don't know, 20-something feet, Cordano ollied the ledge the long way.
Wait, what?
It's like a 25-foot ollie.
Ollied it the long way?
It's unbelievable.
I don't understand where
I don't understand it either, but I saw it with my own eyes, and it's crazy.
Huh.
So check that out.
Check it out.
Also on Transworld, you got the Great Skateboarding Cities of the Summer. This time they go to New York City with Stevie Rodriguez. That's going to be sick. Evan Mock is still crushing the internet. He had the Skate Tales and then just recently an Out There on Thrasher. This is kind of a more like philosophical, personal look at Evan. They go back to Hawaii and they cruise around. Super rad. I'm a huge Evan Mock fan. I know Todd is too. That was on Thrasher. Then there's a deathmatch video on Thrasher, which kind of brings me to this question. And I think this is it. And I never say shit like this because I'd still do it. But I really think, so deathmatch is a huge rager. And you got this jam session on a mini ramp, and it just goes bonkers, right? What's your vibe? What are your thoughts? Because I know you used to do this a lot. I used to do this a lot. It just seemed like it happened more. Skating a mini ramp, like at a party or an event. When you're in your 20s,
you can do anything.
And you've had a couple
20s.
beers.
Yeah.
And
some people just thrive in that environment. I mean, I remember when I first came to San Diego a long time ago, there was I think Matt Moffat had a ramp that was like kind of down in the hills above, maybe in North Park.
Okay.
And it was like
No fuck?
It was like this big Milo from SMP, which is Hangar, took myself and a couple other people there, and it was this giant, like a mini ramp bowl thing.
Okay.
And it was like there was a huge party after the ASR trade show.
Oh, yeah.
And it was raging out of control. And like Peter Hewitt and Steve Bailey and like all like the gnarliest of the gnarly. Danny Way showed up, and it was just like Alan Losey. Like it was so crazy.
Were you skating?
I was skating, but then I was just like, I'm out, because I think the more people get drunk, the more there's like there's that one dude who just like it all of a sudden is nude and he's in the bowl and he's rolling in on you, and yeah, it was
Rolling
wild.
up.
But I'm down to skate with a bunch of people, but I think it's like you end up getting like trying to make shit that maybe you shouldn't make, and then eventually you go home with a dinner plate sized hipper.
Yeah. I used to love.
And there's always the dude that knocks himself out.
Yeah.
And it's usually Dave Duncan.
There's a drunk guy that tries to drop in holding his beer, and then he gets beer on the ramp. I used to love those situations. There was a house around a mile away or something called the Santa Fe House, and there was a mini ramp in the backyard, and there would be these huge ragers, and I didn't drink. And so I could sit there and just skate for hours and hours and hours, and I loved that environment, like a party environment where it's like people are skating, but other people are just hanging out, watching, and raging. I think now I might get a little bit more nervous, but I think skating at a party, skating at an event like that, obviously if you're pro, and if you're like Grayson, Fletcher, Chris Russell,
Grayson thrives, Chris Russell thrives. It's all those dudes that just
Grant Taylor, actually.
DGAF.
I watch Grant Taylor at these events, and I'm like, This dude just, I'm pretty sure when Grant drops in, like, no one else is dropping in,
Yeah.
which is not the case for most.
He's
but-
everyone's favorite skater.
Yeah.
Liam Pace, like the guys that like really,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
they're then so gnarly.
So our thoughts on that is skating at parties is awesome.
Yeah.
It's just kind of nerve-wracking sometimes.
Until it isn't.
Yeah, it's great until it's not. Ethan Loy, who we talked about last week, who had the sick Thrasher part, using Cut You Up Destination, is now pro for swim skateboards. Along with Dan Plunkett, Ryan Connors, and more. You go to swim_skateboards on the gram. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, this is wild.
So
Wild news.
iPath is back. That's been relatively well reported.
Is Matt Pales on the team?
I think so. I think they got a lot of the OG guys on the team, and they have like a lot of the OG shoes and silhouettes on the team or online. The hemp, the stash pockets, everything you want in your iPath shoe. But this one was interesting. So I went to Thrasher this morning, the Thrasher site, and there's a big banner for Vision Streetwear.
Dude, this was I don't know who
Their
has,
first post on Instagram was in July, but I'm just now seeing more and more of
The
this.
funny thing is with the Vision Streetwear is that I did that Jackalope Festival in Montreal 2 summers ago.
Okay.
And there was kids in Montreal wearing Vision Streetwear stuff. And I
I
was
think
like,
it looks cool.
Vision Streetwear was so,
Gons rode for Vision
it was
Streetwear.
so huge. Like I rode for Vision Streetwear for a little bit, like because of Sims, and like it was just so cool. But like we're at the point now where like no one knows.
Well,
It's
it
really,
says crafted by skaters for skaters.
Who are the skaters?
That I can't tell.
I just hope it's not like
I've
some
s-
phoned in bullshit.
The shoes look good. Like they're just the
Are they the
classic
old silhouettes?
Yeah, old silhouettes.
The old silhouettes?
Yeah, and the shirts are just normal. And I've been there's a guy who skates Washington Street who's like a local who goes off there. He's wearing Vision Streetwear stuff. So
Like what shoes?
I couldn't tell.
Like the old, like not like the ones with like the Velcro at the top.
No, like high top.
The
low
ones
top
like the
kinda
ones
thing.
with like they kind of look like a shell toe Adidas with like the
Yeah.
ollie patch on the side.
Look, here you go.
Hold on, he's gonna show me.
Like those are nice. They're
Yeah,
just
they look like
classic. Like
Vans. I don't
that
remember
looks
the. I
great.
don't remember those being in the line. I mean, I skated in Vision Streetwear shoes, but like the white high tops.
like that. So those are the ones
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, those are
talking
like the
about.
traditional ones.
They're
Cool.
I feel like the night like they got a bunch of crap.
I mean,
bunch of stuff.
if they're if
But I have Emerica Hoban's.
if Vision
brand name.
Streetwear is
Thank
willing
you,
to
Don.
invest money in skateboarding and invest money in a team, I don't care who their backer is. As long
Yeah,
as it's
we don't
not
know
like,
the team yet.
I just don't want it to be some dumb Instagram cash grab that like
Ass grab.
cash and ass grab.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Let's move it on. Snow News is brought to you by Mint Tours. At Mint Tours, we had a lot of interest in future Mint Tours because the people that we were with at Surf Ranch, I don't know if we mentioned that we were at Surf Ranch for 2.5 days with Allgire General Contractors, but these are people that like to travel and they like to do fun stuff, and so they asked us a lot about Mint Tours, and our usual line on Mint Tours is just pure honesty. This is the best way to go snowboarding ever, especially if you're a leisure boarder like
If
myself.
you're a leisure boarding enthusiast,
Do you like powder and ramen? I mean, honestly, if you don't like powder and ramen, why are you listening to this podcast? Like, stop.
if you want,
I don't like powder.
If you want to
I don't
snowboard
like
up
ramen.
to 1 day in a row, you can come and Chris will.
Okay. Do you like snowboarding to a ramen place? Like, have you unstrapped your boots and gone into a ramen cabin and had ramen in the snow while it's snowing? It should be a life goal of yours.
That is Mint Tour.
And to surf at Surf Ranch with Todd and I.
Okay,
So
so
ramen's easier.
snowboard news,
via
Mint Tours. Thank you. We're going in January, but we are sold out. But we will have more tours next year. So
Yeah.
best of luck. Get
Todd's
on
like gonna move to Asagawa.
This is our Japan promo. Hey, so the big news in snowboarding this weekend was Louis Vuitton has dropped their new snowboard boot for $2,000.
And is that the one that I'm gonna be wearing? That you're getting me?
God, wouldn't it be great if you just showed up in a Louis Vuitton snowboard boot?
I would, the whole kit. I would love to troll Todd for 5 days in Japan
And
with
so,
all Louis gear.
looking at the it's all over social media, snowboarding at this point, that Louis Vuitton boot. And I'm looking at this boot, and it literally looks like an Alibaba
Rent incoming.
snowboard boot.
Okay. Like off the website?
Yeah.
You mean like a Temu boot?
Basically, someone's boot from 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's at this factory in China.
Yeah.
That basically is, maybe they're using upgraded leathers. I don't know, but it looks like just like a low end boot.
But there's a Louis Vuitton logo on it, Todd.
Right. So
why wouldn't Louis Vuitton? So these companies, right? Louis Vuitton feels like they went out of their way to make this look like a quote normal snowboarding boot.
But it's not.
If you're Louis Vuitton, do the brown leather with the gold LV. Do that whole boot, and that's what people will wear, right?
Yeah, just
for $2,000. I don't want to.
Just look at what every company was doing to rip off your logo 5 years ago.
Exactly.
And do that.
Look, I got nothing against Louis Vuitton. Gladly wear your stuff. I'm an XL top and a 32 bottom. Whatever you want to send.
I wonder though. Shoes. I wonder what the Louis Vuitton stuff.
I wonder what they'll send me.
Is okay. So these boots, it's like it's kind of a streetwear move more than, I don't know. Like who's gonna first of all,
how many rappers out there
still wear snowboard boots?
Are going to be wearing
on stage?
Boots. Yeah.
Or just around?
Just around.
Snowboard boots, you can't wait to get those fucking things off.
It
is arguably one of the best. It's like there's powder.
Yeah.
And then there's getting your boots off. Those are the two best things in snowboarding.
There's losing your virginity.
Having
your first cigarette.
We're being very specific about snowboarding.
And taking your boots off.
Yeah, that's free. That's your call?
No, there's losing your virginity, catching your first tube, and getting those goddamn snowboard boots off. And just, by the way, I still have the boots that you gave me last year.
I have new boots for you.
Okay, where are they? You keep saying this.
Well, are you going snowboarding?
Boots and a board.
Do you
have everything.
Do you have a show this weekend? You're going to be on stage in a big puffy jacket?
I have outerwear from you via Quiksilver. Some new stuff.
Stop worrying about it.
But I want to wear them around before I go to Japan.
You got to go down to. You're gonna have to go down to Hansen's and get them fitted to make sure they fit well. Let's get back to
exactly. You're gonna give them to me the day before our trip. I know.
So do you Are you
Am I a snowboarder?
Yeah. Like a $2,000 pair of snowboard boots? Are you bummed when they get scuffed by your bindings?
No, it's part of it. You're stoked actually.
Who's gonna be the first person that we either action sports adjacent or directly in action sports that's going to be spotted wearing a pair of Louis Vuitton boots? Who's it going to be?
It's going to be like a Kardashian or a Bieber. They snowboard a lot. Justin Timberlake.
Dude.
They go to the Keystone
I'm
Club.
claiming it right now.
They rock that stuff.
Shaun White's going to be spotted in some Louis Vuitton boots.
Well, he can afford them.
I'm saying.
Sure he'd get them free.
Probably get some free.
What if they gave him to you? What if they gave?
What's
Todd,
Proform on a $2,000 pair of boots? Like $1,000?
What if they gave you a pair?
Yeah.
And you put them on, and just miraculously they were the most comfortable, perfectly warm, flexible. You just put them on and you go, oh my god, I was wrong.
Like magic boots.
They were magic boots. Louis Vuitton magic boots. You got them for free. Would you rock them?
If I got them for free?
Yeah.
God, I don't know, dude.
You would?
I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't personally. I don't think I could do it. I'm not flash like that.
$5,000 a month I'll pay you for 1 year. You ride them all season.
Put those on so fast.
Hands and feet.
Yeah.
I'd have 4 of them.
I'd be wearing so much boot. Anyway, so that's crazy. Also, in shake-up news within snowboarding, we have a couple team riders moving around.
No.
And these are high-profile team riders. We have one, Big Air Jared Elston has moved on from his Nitro Snowboard sponsorship over to
Louis Vuitton.
God, can you imagine Jared Elston on Louis Vuitton?
Yeah.
Arbor Snowboards.
Okay.
Arbor Snowboards.
Arbor's sick.
Arbor's making
Brayson Fletcher skates for him.
They've got a good program. Yeah. Now, this is Rumorville. Okay. I don't know what's happening here.
But you're going to drop it anyway.
There's been whispers. Look, this is like a gossip
Who's Ben
site.
Whispers?
Ben Whispers is one of the best riders out there.
Who's he riding for?
Listen, Red Gerard recently has parted ways with his longtime snowboard sponsor, Burton Snowboards.
Okay.
There's been a lot of speculation.
Okay.
Where is he going? Who's he going to ride for? Little Birdie says that he might be riding for Arbor too.
Come on.
I'm not shitting you, but it might, maybe not. It depends on how nice of a deal he's got.
Well,
But I just think it's cool to see brands make
yeah.
a pop. Like Arbor's
really, been around for a long time,
really well.
and they have longboards, they have normal like popsicle shapes. The graphics tend to be like organic, irie, but I know they make really good stuff.
Dude,
really good boards, really good snowboards.
Ben Whispers and Chaz Lamborghini.
Both.
That is a solid presidential ticket.
Yeah. Well, Ben Whispers is one of my favorite riders, but you wouldn't know because...
You don't know Ben Whispers?
No, he's just so low-key.
Dude, Ben Whispers...
Chaz Lamborghini, high-key. Ben Whispers, low-key.
Dude, back in the day, we actually went to...
Ben's house?
SIA trade show in Vegas. And this is like when everyone was getting sponsored. And we literally shopped around a fake person and got them sponsored and paid.
No way.
I'm dead fucking
Who
serious.
Who is it? Do you remember?
My friend Palmer Brown. He actually started. Remember Elwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aesthetics.
Yeah.
And he went on to do a whole bunch of stuff with Odd Future.
And you just told people like this.
We just told everyone that
this guy's next.
You guys got to, dude. This guy is on the come up, and we got
like
him fucking. But Ben Whispers could be like the next dude.
I think he could.
Is there anyone out there named Ben Whispers? Does anyone know anyone named Ben Whispers?
I got unrelated, but it's kind of. I got a Def Leppard. Did I tell you this? I got a Def Leppard hoodie at the Def Leppard show, and my friend Andy said I went to high school with a guy named Jeff Leppard.
That's sick.
It's true. I just want to say congratulations to Encinitas Magazine. 10 years of Encinitas Magazine. Literally,
I guess that's the end of snowboard news.
Wrapping up the that issue, and we're very happy about it.
Can I?
Yeah,
finish?
I gotta go host a surf park
One
summit.
more thing for snowboard news. There is a rail event that is happening at Copper Mountain. There's a Grand Prix at Copper Mountain happening in December.
That's big news.
X Games has come in and partnered with the U.S. ski and snowboard team to have a rail event that will feature amateurs, which is great because we haven't really seen any, it's all been invites.
Right.
And we haven't had an open class event to bring people to the big leagues to get to X Games. The top two amateurs if you qualify into this final, you get to compete at the actual X Games, quote unquote, street style event, which gives, it's the first time that I've seen in a very long time an open door into the invite process. It's a step in the right direction because there's no way you can bring up the next generation without having open class events.
I thought you were slipping mid-sentence, but you pulled it right back and you crushed it.
Ben Whispers.
You crushed your delivery on that one. That was worth the wait.
It's Ben Whispers.
Did I mention that Todd and I were at Surf Rant for the last 2.5 days? I would tell you my arms are tired, but they're not because you don't really paddle.
Nerd News is
My
brought to
legs
you
are
by
tired.
Vessel Shipping. You got some stuff to ship? Well, if you're not doing it with Vessel, you're a moron.
I've been watching Bad Monkey on Apple TV. Vince Vaughn. It's really funny. It's based on a Carl Hyacin book. There's people cutting their own arms off. There's intrigue. There's murder. There's monkeys. There's voodoo. Something for everybody. It's on the Florida Keys. It's a great show. Bad Monkey on Apple Plus. What are you watching?
I'm really excited for Wolverine Deadpool to come to
your house.
I think it's this week.
Come to a house near you.
House.
Okay. Yeah.
But let's we got to wrap this up because Chris has got to go on.
I have to work.
We're going to skip the questions this week, so we'll have double the questions for next week. But thanks for joining us on this early version of the Monday Mass here, actually on a freaking Monday.
That's right.
And I'm going to head over to our sponsor, Panic and Coffee and Tea, and get myself a coffee.
Yeah, Hansen Surfboards, all of our sponsors, thank you so much. You're the best. And thanks one more time to Allgire General Contractors.
And Surf Ranch for creating Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And that is
Kelly
also...
What? Kelly Slater just wanted to be thanked.
Bye. Okay, see you guys later.
Boom!